Well, it's billed as Connecting with Communities. National Party leader Simon Bridges, who's struggling to make headway in the preferred Prime Minister stakes, is trekking around New Zealand in a bid to give so-called ordinary voters the opportunity to get to know him. So what do those who got up close and personal with the Tauranga MP and would-be Prime Minister make of him? Sarah Murphy followed Mr Bridges to Warkworth to find out.
A steady stream of people make their way through the doors of the Warkworth RSA, taking shelter from a cold and wet day. The barman steers them to his right, as far away as possible from the bar, he says, and from the locals playing snooker out the back. The crowd is here to suss out National Party leader Simon Bridges, and by the time he arrives, about 120 people have packed out the restaurant section, so many that it is overflowing.
I'm here interested to see what he talks about and how he comes across, because when I first heard him I wasn't all that impressed. He's going to become stronger and be more assertive, I believe, yeah, but not too assertive. Just keep it down a bit.
Simon's all right. He's just inexperienced, in my opinion.
No, there's nothing.
Well, he's got 2 years to learn what he's doing, doesn't he?
He's young and full of ideas, but he's sort of untested still. I don't know. He still needs a lot of maturity.
Just over 4,500 people live in the riverside town of Warkworth, the northernmost part of Auckland's super city. The crowd is the usual one you'd find in an RSA. Only a handful of people under 65 are dotted throughout the room, and it reflects the local population, more than 90% Pākehā. Most voters here are staunch national supporters. But whether he's in the deep south or here in the north, Mr Bridges has a few practice lines up his sleeve, like this one about meeting his future wife.
When it started going out not long after that, and she told me not that long after, she went home that evening, she called her mother and she said she met a handsome Japanese man. I like the handsome. I'm not Japanese, by the way. A little bit of Maori in there.
But while the room was full of party faithful, there was still some constructive criticism. One crowd member suggests to Simon Bridges he could be a bit more charismatic during this response.
We are in the age of personality politics, right? Just ask Donald Trump. Us, Kim Kardashian, I mean, that's the sort of the world we live in, but substance does matter.
Mr Bridges may have been the headline act, but it was clear the political rock star at this meeting was local MP Mark Mitchell. He's held the Rodney seat for the past 7 years. And if a recent preferred Prime Minister poll is anything to go by, which had Simon Bridges sitting at 9%, it may take a fair few of these roadshows to turn that around.
Truth is, for me, I got a way to go. It's very early days, and I've just got to get out and do these things and to continue to, work at both, meeting people and getting known, but also having them have a sense of me.
He may have warmed up the crowd in Warkworth, but these tough voters may take a bit more convincing that any of their current leaders, let alone Mr Bridges, are fit for the country's top job.
That's one thing to say. You come in through the back door. No one comes in through the back door unless you're dodgy.
So there you have it. If you want to lead the country, you need to come in the front door of the Warkworth RSA. I tamaki makaurau mo te hōtaka o te ahiahi, ko Sarah Murphy tēnei.